Good morning, everybody. I'm here for a wonderful coffee edu with our buddy Olaf here. It's Hour of Code Week here, and something I was doing here because we're mostly using spheros and ollies that we have on loan right now from our Tech Wizards Club locally. We're working on a donors choose to get us fully funded so we can have these completely in our classroom. But one thing I was doing is I've been helping a lot of people, and anybody knows Jenny Ashley or Wesley Fryer, great people to follow for BBots. But a lot of people are asking me, Ryan, how could I do some cards and everything? Well, it's really simple to do it. I'm going to show you how I made mine. I went into the app, which is called Shapes. You don't have to use this app. It's a paid app, $3.99. I was able to get it when it was free to create different dice templates of your own and everything instead of going through different sites or all that looking for your own. They're easy to create with Shapes here. If you're on a Chromebook, I highly recommend using Google Drawing. It is really great to make your own. So once I did that, I went into Word Photo to do some shapes and stuff because I don't like just simple dice templates. I like a little character. It really inspires the students better as well as the teachers. And I'm going into Pick Collage for Kids to set up my template. So this one's set up, and I'm going to do this one pretty simple. I'm going to do a directional dice here, but I'm going to use emojis. As you all know, BBots use directional finders with their bots for simple programming, left, right, turn, and everything else. So, but you can do the same in emojis. You can do this on either Chromebook or iPad. I'm going to use iPad because I'm a 2-to-1 school. So I'm just going to go over here, and I'm just basically going to go to text. I'm going to go to my emoji symbols, and I'm just going to go to my arrows because this works good. The students get this. I did this originally in a workshop a little bit, but as you can see, here's all my turns here. I got right, left, over, thing, circle around, and everything else. Perfect for BBots. So I'm just going to pick a couple, get these going. Sorry, I'm going to do my best here on my camera here. Haven't been able to get my little jelly cam yet. And I'm just going to place these on the spots here to make my template. So I'm just going to make my different directions here. And I'm going to throw a couple things up for students here too. So first we're going to do, the normal, left, right. Because one thing I love about using BBots, it really helps for kids, especially kinders and preschool students, not to mention huge on students that have sensory issues. My son has sensory issues. And we can really go in with works and everything. And oops, hold on a second. Hit the wrong logo there. BBots, the blue bots can do things. They can't do the right angle turns yet. They're going to get there at some model, but right now they don't do that. So I don't want to go too crazy there. Once it's finished, I can just double tap these guys. Double check them. So I got my first turning ability. So I got left, right, turn, right stuff. So now I'm going to do up, down. So we're going to up, down. So there's down. Now some people ask me like, well, Ryan, what happens if people see these and the students think it's the opposite direction depending where they are? Well, that's why you line them up like this because, oh, exactly. It's very good, Seldom. But you line them up with your dice here so that way the edges right here, as you can see, will line up with the emojis, so then that way when they roll they'll stay in those directions. So this will help with directions for students so that way they don't get too confused, because I had some people ask me about that because if you ever look at any of the students or that for the regular cards that you can purchase off Amazon or the main BBot website, sometimes people always say like, yeah, I mean it says left, right, and everything, and you can put text in these. You don't have to. I do this more for students to help with their left and right. I've been doing Hour of Code all week, and you'd be surprised how many students here do not look at their right or their left feet, even though they have the screen in front of them and the character is pointing to a direction, and you say, well, they have to go right to complete the angle or the square, and they don't know their right from their left. I do this more to help them with their right and their left because in this way they can do that. Now, this is where I'm going to have a little fun here. So I have all the different objects and everything else, but I want to do a little bit more with my BBots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in my little areas here. So we're going to do stuff like a do not enter stop sign here. I've done this before with a workshop where we put this as the logo, and that tells students that they have to make their maze or their alphabet units. But when they they roll this, that means nope, they're done. They're not doing it anymore. Because some students will go on and create and create and create, and I never want a student to stop creating. But at the same time is they can go on so long they forget what the activity is. So that allows them to actually help them with that. So I always love putting that in. And then I'm going to do a B logo, because what happens is with that, if I get to my right animals here, is this means that they have full creative control, so they can do this any way they want to. So if they get the B on their dice, they can then do full creation. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 left. And I know there are 3 of you watching. Any of you have any ideas? If you want me, I'll throw them right here on the app dice. Coding dice, I mean. If not, I'm going to do a couple of different things. One thing I love doing, I've done this before. I do the walk crossing sign. This is where you have more than one B-bot going at the same time. So you try to code it so where the students, where they're going to try not to run into each other, kind of like teaching them safety. So you got one B-bot coming here, and they have the other one to stop here until it's ready to come over. It's a really cool coding exercise that I actually tried at an ed camp, and it was a lot of fun. And then I'm going to give the green check mark to go. Spin? Oh, I'll do spin. Oh, yeah. Let's do spin. You're right. I should not have forgotten spin. Oh, no. Spin's a lot of fun. Right there. Spin. We'll turn that around. There we go. Spin. And we got our last one for our last one here. So I'm going to do this one. I like doing this one, too, and this is really funny, is I always do a command like this. Where is it? If I can find it, give me a second here. Some of the emojis updated. There we go. The eyes, because you know when the B-bot stops, the eyes usually light up and stuff. So I do a command where the B-bots actually have to go over and spin it. So that's all finished. I'm going to title this, of course, Bebop. I've been watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too much. Bebop coding dice. Check that out. I'm going to put that in the corner. Now, what's cool is there's a QR code that has to their main website, so when this gets printed out, if you want other teachers that to be shared, you put a digital version with the QR codes, and the QR code will send to the original template. I have 2 versions of this, so then they'll keep the original template. So, Bebot Coding Dice, I'm going to save this. Have a sip of my coffee. After all, this is PeriscopeEdu. So there's that one. So now I'm going to finish up. I'm going to make one more, and I have time here to do this today. Good old coffee. But I made one where I used a word photo. And if you see this, wait until you see it. If you can see right here, I made it so that the B emojis are all over. So this is Bebop Creativity coding dice and everything. So this is where you'll do some things with different templates for the B-bots. And I have the one template right here I want to show everybody. Let me pop it up here. So here's where I go. So we have the different B-bots directional here too, but as you can see, you have pause and clear and everything. So I'm going to do some different commands, and I'm going to do some alphabets. So what this is going to do is for different activities for students to get more creative, especially the older students like first graders and second graders use. So what happens is I do the normal. I'm going to do the normal setup here, but I'm going to do X and pause. And what I'm going to do is we're going to do a couple of things. I'm going to do an ambulance. And the ambulance is they have to do an emergency path, or they have to get a B-bot. They have to set it correctly to where they have to get an emergency path, like if it was a real ambulance trying to get to the hospital or a patient, but they have to still practice safety. So they have to guide, they have to do a command to where the B-bot will carefully go into that emergency situation. And basically how that works is it allows the students to come up with ideas when they go back and forth from them. Hold on, let me get my other arrow here. Do this long enough, you're going to have your stuff. To where they will stop and move to different directions, so they'll change their pathway. I want students to kind of step a little ways out of their ideas for markers, so then that way they kind of think about what they are, and it's kind of for driving safety. Oh, you're more than welcome, Laura. I'm going to finish this up. And I will post this on my blog at Dice Up the Classroom, and I'm going to put a couple command functions on it and everything. So thanks for watching. I'll just post it on YouTube later, and it'll be on Catch Me for replay. So everybody, thank you for watching. Have a fantastic Wednesday morning. I got 2 classrooms to do coding today with Olaf here and my Sphero borrows. If you're looking for our Donors Choose, it's Mr. Sematana's. Look at my Twitter feed or blog feed. And I have our Donors Choose on there. We have $130 still to raise, so please help out these kids. We really want to get this into their classroom thing. You too. Have a fantastic day.